They told him there were no rooms left until someone else walked in. But what they didn't know, the man they rejected wasn't just any traveler, he was a billionaire. And by the next morning, he'd own the entire hotel. Before we dive into this insane story of karma and power, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Trust me, you don't want to miss stories like this. The rain poured down in thick sheets as Charles Rivers pulled up to the Grand Horizon Hotel in Naples, Florida. His black SUV glided into the circular driveway, its sleek exterior reflecting the golden glow of the chandeliers inside. Charles stepped out, adjusting the lapel of his navy suit. At 6 feet 2 inches, with a commanding presence, he didn't need to demand attention. It followed him naturally. As he walked into the lobby, the scent of fresh lilies mixed with the faint aroma of espresso from the lounge. He approached the front desk, offering a polite smile. "Good evening. I need a room for the night. My flight got delayed." The clerk, a young man named Evan, barely looked up. His fingers tapped the keyboard lazily. "Sorry, sir. We're fully booked." Charles raised an eyebrow, glancing around. The lobby wasn't exactly bustling. He leaned in slightly. "No rooms at all." Evan finally looked up, his expression indifferent. "That's correct." And that's when the doors swung open. A middle-aged couple walked in, dragging their suitcases behind them. Evan's entire demeanor shifted. His smile widened. "Welcome to the Grand Horizon. Do you have a reservation?" The couple shook their heads. "No, we were hoping for a room." "Not a problem. Let me check availability," Evan chirped, fingers flying over the keyboard. Within moments, he handed them a key card. "Enjoy your stay." Charles watched in silence, his calm mask slipping just slightly. He cleared his throat. "I thought you were fully booked." Evan's eyes flickered, caught in his own lie. I meant that we don't have anything that would suit your needs." Charles held his gaze for a moment, then nodded. "Thank you for your time." Without another word, he turned and walked out into the rain. But this wasn't over, not by a long shot. Instead of leaving, Charles lingered just outside, watching. A young man in his 20s walked in, travel-worn, his backpack slung low. Charles observed as he approached the desk and asked for a room. Evans smiled, nodded, and within seconds handed him a key. That was it, proof. This wasn't about availability. This was about something far uglier. Charles exhaled slowly. Years in the business world had taught him one thing: revenge is best served calculated. He slid into his SUV, but instead of leaving town, he pulled into a quiet diner nearby. As he sipped his coffee, he opened his laptop and made a call. "Lisa, I need the paperwork for the Grand Horizon finalized by sunrise." His attorney hesitated. "Sunrise? That's ambitious. Even for you." "Consider it done," Charles replied. Lisa knew better than to argue. Within hours, the deal was in motion. The struggling hotel had been on the market for months. Charles just hadn't cared until now. By dawn, the Grand Horizon belonged to him. Charles returned to the hotel, stepping into the lobby with the same quiet confidence as the night before. But this time, he wasn't a guest. Evan stood behind the counter, still oblivious. "Good morning, sir. How can I—" Charles placed a leather folder on the desk and flipped it open. "I'm here to make an introduction. My name is Charles Rivers, and as of 6 a.m. this morning, I own this hotel." The room went silent. Evan's face turned pale. I don't understand." Charles didn't blink. "Let me make it simple. I experienced firsthand how certain staff treat guests, and I was unimpressed." Evan opened his mouth, but Charles cut him off. "No need to explain. Actions speak louder than words. And yours? They spoke volumes." He turned to the gathered staff. "This hotel is under new management, and moving forward, respect and fairness won't be optional. They'll be required." He let the words sink in before turning back to Evan. "Unfortunately, I don't believe you fit into this new vision. You're dismissed, effective immediately." Evan's jaw dropped, but no words came. He stormed out, humiliated. What happened next was nothing short of revolutionary. Charles didn't just fire one bad employee. He transformed the entire culture of the hotel. He renovated the space, implemented new policies, and trained his staff in inclusivity and true hospitality. And it worked. Word spread. Reviews flooded in, praising not just the luxury, but the warmth, the service, the fairness. The Grand Horizon went from a place of quiet prejudice to a shining example of what hospitality should be. Months later, as Charles stood in the lobby, watching families and travelers walk in, he smiled to himself. It wasn't just about proving a point, it was about proving a principle. Respect isn't optional. As for Evan, the industry is small. His reputation followed him. No prestigious hotel would touch him. He found work eventually, but in a place far from the luxury he once took for granted. In the end, Charles didn't just buy a hotel, he bought justice.